What is going on, everyone? It's about that time where you get to look at my handsome face on your computer screen one more time. Time for another video. Now, Aaron Greenberg, the head of Xbox marketing, he was recently interviewed by GamesBeat, and of course, the Nintendo NX did come up in the interview relating to Nintendo's next platform. And before I get to his quote, what he said had me to think about this question. Will the Nintendo NX be copied by Microsoft and Sony? Now, before my PlayStation 4, Xbox One owners start throwing tomato screens at the screen, oh, OBe1, you're just a fanboy. What are you talking about? They don't need to copy Nintendo. The Wii U is garbage, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I already know. But hear me out. Hear me out. Think about this. When the original Super Nintendo came out, what did they have? They came out for the first time with the 4-button design, diamond design. And guess what? That's the 4-button layout we're still using today on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Sony immediately copied that for their PlayStation 1 and had the same layout ever since. What else? The Super Nintendo had the shoulder buttons for the first time on a controller, became standardized. What happened? It's still used today. Sony copied that bad boy, added shoulder buttons to the PlayStation 1. Xbox, same thing. They have the shoulder buttons. Let's go on to Nintendo's next console, the Nintendo 64. The first controller with a true analog stick. What do I mean? If you pushed Mario slightly with the stick on the Mario 64, he'd tiptoe. It was mind-blowing. We had never seen anything like that before. What did Sony do? They had an all-digital PlayStation 1 controller, but they quickly came out with the DualShock, the DualShock Pro, whatever they called it at the time, where they added analog sticks to their controller. What else? Nintendo 64. The first controller with rumble. They had the rumble pack that you could plug in on the back. You're playing Star Fox, boom, your ship gets hit and you feel the vibration. First time ever on a controller. Guess what? Every controller, every system has a rumble feature built in. It became an industry standard through Nintendo. Let's go on to Nintendo's next console, the GameCube. The GameCube, in my opinion, is the best controller. I still go back and forth. I have to give Sony props. Something about the PlayStation 4, DualShock 4, just a wonderful controller, great controller. But the GameCube still edges it out a little bit, in my opinion, I guess. The GameCube, what did it have? For the first time, we had a pressure-sensitive trigger button. I still remember Luigi's Mansion. You put, depending on how hard you pull in the trigger, the vacuum would respond accordingly. Guess what? It's a standard now. Every PlayStation 4, every PlayStation controller, Xbox controller, pressure sensitive shoulder buttons. The Wii said that we're not doing the traditional controller, we're going to completely flip it. Bam, motion controls. Everybody was playing Wii Sport, the Wii Sport craze, the Wii sold in the stratosphere. What did Sony and Microsoft do? Sony came out with the PlayStation Move. If that's not copying Nintendo, I don't know what else is. And what did Microsoft do? The Kinect. Get up on your couch and play. Both those consoles, both those companies copied Nintendo. Even the Wii U. Dual screen controllers. You can play something on the screen and you can do something. You can use the gamepad. You don't even need the screen. You can turn off the screen, blah, blah, blah. What did Sony do? The PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita. I have a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. I really use my PlayStation Vita. Speaking of PlayStation Vita, I am giving away my PlayStation Vita. It's in my, look a couple of videos back, my 4,000 subscriber giveaway. Watch that video if you want to win my PlayStation Vita. But PlayStation Vita, I use it, well, that's part of the reason why I'm giving it away. I use it primarily just for remote play, where I don't have to use the screen. I could just sit anywhere in my house and play on my screen. Guess what? Sony got that from the Wii U and the gamepad concept. So I say all that to say this. It is not too far-fetched for Microsoft and Sony to be eyeing, seeing what Nintendo does, and hey, let's take a couple of their ideas. They've done it every generation. Just go back. I'm not making this up. Just check the record. So here's Aaron Greenberg's quote. This is from his interview with GamesBeat. When asked about Nintendo's next platform, of course, the Nintendo NX. I'm not sure what Nintendo's doing. I hear the same rumors and stuff that you do about that horsepower and handheld home hybrid. Now going back to his quote, I guess we'll react to that when we know more. That's what made me do this video. We'll react to that when we know more. In other words, let's see what Nintendo does and see what ideas we can steal from them. Because I'm just saying, I'm not just Nintendo fanboy just talking whatever. They've done it before. They're gonna do it again. If they did it every generation, what makes you think that these other companies aren't gonna copy again? This is what it says. Nintendo's always been innovative. This is Aaron Greenberg. They've always differentiated in their own way. They've always danced to their own tune, if you will. It wouldn't surprise me if they do their own thing when the time is right. What they've done is unique and different. How they'll compete with us remains to be seen. What I pulled from this video, from his quote, and why I did this video is they're going to wait and see what Nintendo does. And I give it to them. They copy from Nintendo, but they do put their own spin on it and sometimes even improve on it. The DualShock, 2 analog sticks instead of 1. They added 4. Did they have 4 shoulder buttons on the original PlayStation 1? I forget. But the 4 shoulder buttons is on the controllers now instead of the 2 on the Super Nintendo. And so they've always copied from Nintendo. It's going to happen again. Watch and see. I guarantee you, whatever Nintendo comes out with this Nintendo NX, it's going to be something different, something not seen before. Watch either Sony or Microsoft take something from it and put their own spin on it. Even though they put their own spin on it, they're still copying. Copycats. Copycats. All right, that's it for this video. What are your thoughts on Nintendo? What kind of innovation do you want to see in the Nintendo NX? And do you think Sony and Microsoft will steal from the big N? All right, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed, click subscribe to stay up to date. All things Nintendo. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.